Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ray. Let's see where Palace finished. End of season 1. So here we are. First season's finished. Crazy season. We've managed to secure, literally on the last day, Champions League football. We've managed to secure 4th place for Crystal Palace. We'll have a look at the schedule, and we'll have a quick look at a few of the results. We did change our tactics. We did change it to, I believe it was GYRFM. I believe his name's Gareth. We changed it to his Thanos tactic, and to be honest with you, it was ridiculous. It was so good. As you can see, it's a crazy table, I think, to say the least. Liverpool finished the season as champions, I think, as expected. City not too far behind in 2nd. Arsenal doing well, finishing 3rd. Like I mentioned, Crystal Palace 4th. Southampton making Europe in 5th, along with Aston Villa 6th and Chelsea 7th. Disappointing season for Chelsea. As you can see, 55 points, 11 behind Aston Villa, just above them. And then the rest of the league table: Leicester City, Wolves, Leeds, Manchester United 11th. A terrible side. West Ham 12th. Disappointing season for West Ham. Everton 13th. Really good season for Everton. 14th for Brentford. 15th for Tottenham. Terrible. 16th for Brighton and 17th for Watford. Clearly out of the run-in. The bottom 3: Norwich, Burnley and Newcastle. Newcastle having an absolute terrible season. Going to be playing Championship football. Richest club in the world. Couldn't make it up. So let's have a quick look at some of the stats. So we'll have a look at the players just to see how the season's panned out. So you've got top goal scorer, assists, etc. So top goal scorer at 37, Cristiano Ronaldo. And bearing in mind, United finished, 11th or 12th? But he still finished with 22 goals in 33 games. Salah, 21 and 34. Jimenez at Newcastle, bottom of the league, 20 and 33. Good season for him. Lukaku, 19 in 30. And then Odsonne Edouard at Crystal Palace, 19 in 34. And then Kevin De Bruyne, 17 and 33. Gabriel Martinelli, 16 and 30. And then Ollie Watkins, 15 and 32. So interesting there, some of the goal scorers playing at teams that haven't done really well. You know, I'm looking at Jimenez, Lukaku, or just them two really, I'd say. Jimenez and Lukaku. Jimenez especially, you know, hitting 20 when Newcastle finished rock bottom. There's his stats. He's a good player. Good player. He's getting on a bit now though, 31. So assists: Emiliano Buendetta 15, Fernandez 13, Odegaard 13, Silva 12. Palace's Joshua Wagnermar, sorry, he's my right back, I meant to say. It's 10 assists for him. Smith Rowe 10, Cucurella 9, and Jarrod Bowen on 8. The most shots, we won't go through all of these, you can clearly see on there. Edwards, we've got a boy in there, joint 3rd. Player of the match, or man of the match, we didn't get any of our players into that top 10 or whatever it is. Most key passes, Michael Olise top, absolutely smashing it, 174. Second place with Martin Odegaard at Arsenal, 135. Notable mentions: JWP 123, Fernandez 114, Minson 100, De Bruyne 95. Best pass completion, So again, you're looking at the defenders here mainly, playing nice short simple passes to the goalkeeper or to the midfield or wing backs. Yeah, we haven't got anyone on that list. And then most tackles won: Calvin Phillips, Tino Livramento, Reguilon, Sissoko, Aarons, Wan-Bissaka, JWP and Dwight McNeil. Most dribbles made: Kyle Walker, miles in front on that. And our best player on there was Tariq Mitchell, 87. He's had a very good season, Tariq Mitchell. He's wanted by, I think, Manchester United, Chelsea, I think. Let's have a look. Chelsea, Man United, Southampton and Wolves. Most clean sheets: we didn't get anyone on there. Mendy, Allison, Edison, Ramsdale, Forster, Areola, Meslier and Schmeichel. And the fewest conceded: Tim Krul, Ramsdale, Allison, Edison, Mendy, Schmeichel, Gunn, David De Gea. Interesting. So team stats: most points per game, so we managed to finish fourth, 1.84. Liverpool were top with 2.21. Most goals: Liverpool top with 90, and then joint second Crystal Palace and Manchester City. So yeah, doing really well there. Most shots 4, again second, significantly behind Liverpool, and they had 750 and we had 732. Fewest shots against: Liverpool smashing that. We can proudly say we finished 6th on that, so that's pretty decent, to be fair. Best passed completion: we didn't make the sort of top 8 for that. Most possession: we ain't going to make that. Yep, we're not on that list. Didn't think we would be. Most tackles won: again, didn't make that list. Southampton won that. Most dribbles made: that was us, Crystal Palace, and we absolutely smashed everybody, to be honest. We had 541, second place was 466. Champions Liverpool 450. So yeah, we absolutely smashed everybody in the league for dribbling. Most clean sheets: didn't make that list. Chelsea top, and then fewest conceded: Liverpool top of the pile, and again we didn't make that list. So very good season. Got a lot to think about, especially securing Champions League football. We're going to have to look at what we've got, see who's performed well, who hasn't performed well, see which ones we can maybe move down to the reserves, and maybe have a look and see which ones we're going to get rid of completely. One of the things that did get in the way of the season was the African Cup of Nations. We lost, I think, 4 or 5 players to that. So I think, moving forwards, I think we might need to look at moving on some of the AFCON lads, and also looking at recruiting homegrown players, especially if we can make Champions League. Obviously, if we fail Champions League qualification, we'll just slip straight into the Europa League or whatever it's called. But you can see on there, probably the most standout performer, according to them's Joachim Anderson, 7.43. I was going to say Zagadou then, but he only played 7 games. Anderson had 35 under his belt. Also another solid performer was Edouard, 7.27, 37 games in total, 22 goals. He's wanted. For some reason the skin doesn't like me looking at who wants him on there. So Arsenal, Man United. Easy. Fulham, Leeds and West Ham. Will Hughes, been trying to get rid of him all season. Fulham. Tariq Mitchell, Chelsea, Man U, Southampton, Wolves. Joel Ward, who wants out. Huddersfield and Norwich. Anderson. Arsenal, Man City, PSG, Bayern, Atletico and Real Madrid. So I got a funny feeling we might better get quite a bit of money for him if he ends up going. Finances have been very tight this year, hence some of the signings that were made. Let's just have a quick look. I've already bought some players in January to come in the summer, mainly sort of, you know, backup reserve homegrown players that we can sort of nurture in under 23s, see how they get on. You can see there we've got Harry Stone coming in, Cammy Logan, James Tompkins is on his way, and also Finlay Pollock from Hearts. So we've not paid big money for these guys. They're all relatively cheap, and they'll all sort of sit in the under 23s, and like I said, we can keep a close eye on them then. So yes, let's have a quick look at the signings. So the guys that I brought in Ronnie Edwards. As you can see, through training and a handful of games, he's really starting to come on. I'm really excited for him. I think he's going to be great. Onana started off very slow, but ended up making that box-to-box midfield role his own. And as you can see, again, really improving on training. Benjamin Rodriguez, work permit issues, is out on loan. Aaron Molinas, I've not been impressed with him, to be honest with you. He seems to be picking up knocks left, right and centre quite a lot of the time, so I am thinking about moving him on. Wagnermar hasn't really improved much through training, but as you saw, he had 10 assists. Zarracho, who's been a very good player for us. As you can see, he's improving nicely. He's only 24. Baghdad, he's been an impact sub, really, sitting on the bench. As you can see, he's deteriorating. I'd put that down to his age as well, being 30, so I might be looking at moving him on. I've got a couple of players lined up, homegrown, hopefully. We brought this guy in, Colm Whelan, only because he was smashing it up in Ireland, so I thought I'd give him a go. He's cheap, so we brought him in. He's been sat in the reserves, and to be fair, he's been banging in sort of 3 or 4 a game for the reserves. So he's a decent little backup player. And then the rest of the guys, I'm just having a look down the list. The rest of the guys are sort of a mixture bag, really, of, like I said, backup under 23 players. Excuse me. So we've got Murray Johnson in from Hibs. I like the look of this guy, to be honest with you. I've got a funny feeling he's gonna grow into the game. I think he's going to get good. Keane Lewis Potter has been terrible with his training stats, but he came in and he's really hit the ground running. Signed him from Hull. He's actually kept Zaha out of the side. We brought Anthony Ralston in. Like I said, he's more just a backup option, really. And like as you can see, he's 23, so he's either going to be in and around the first team, or we might look at punting him. Scott Mckenna, left-sided centre-back. Hasn't really done a great deal. He hasn't played many games. He's just been mainly there as a backup option. But again, another homegrown player. Dan Axel Zagadou. Brought him in from Dortmund, I believe. He's done alright, he's done quite well, but he's struggled to knock out Gay from the left-hand side of the centre-back roles. And then we also brought in a guy, I didn't bring him in, it was my director of football, some guy called Finn Ekrapont. Never heard of him, but he's out on loan anyway, so we'll see how he gets on. So, yeah, we've got a lot to think about, like I said. Go back to the squad. I mean, there's a couple of players that I'm thinking of moving on. I think we need to look at a new goalkeeper. Joel Warderby go in, potentially Ralston. The lone boys, Gallagher and Onana, will be going. Will Hughes want to go. Luka Milivojevic, I want to go. He's just on big money, 80 grand. You know, he's head and shoulders above most of the guys in the squad. To be fair to him, he does perform, but he's not, you know, comfortable in the role that is best for him. 21 games, 6 goals and 8 assists, so he's decent. It's just that wage I'm concerned about. Molinas, like I mentioned, injury prone, picking up a lot of knocks. Wilf Zaha is the worst trainer ever, and he doesn't like being criticised. Spent about 2 months in the reserves, to be honest with you, because I just had enough of him. As you can see, I only got 17 games out of him in the end. So I'm going to try and look at shifting on Zaha. Lewis Potter, like I mentioned, 19 games, 9 goals, 6 assists. Came in and hit the ground running. Easy, good player, done well. Michael Elise has probably been my standout performer. He's just been outstanding. He can play centre midfield in a Mazzala role or wide either side. Baghdad, I'm going to look at potentially shifting on. And Edouard, you know, he's done well. He's scored a lot of goals, got a hell of a strike on him. We might hold on to him, but there is some big guns in for him, so it depends on the finances. And that takes us on to finances. So let's go and have a look. The overall balance has been pretty much running it around about sort of -6 to 9 in debt. We've just been given 35 million for finishing the season, so that sort of cleared some of the debt and given us 19. We've got a transfer budget currently of 16 million and 1.4 on the wage budget. We're currently spending 1.3. So if we can get rid of a couple of them big earners like Zaha, Milivojevic, that will come down significantly. But we're going to be looking, see what we can bring in, you know, cheap. We're not going to be bringing in the big guns, so to speak. We need to be quite smart. We need to look at homegrown, especially like I've mentioned earlier, potentially getting into the Champions League. So it's going to be a big summer ahead. So what I'll do is I'll go through the summer. I'll have a look at the signings, see what we're going to do. And then the next video, it'll be introducing the new guys that we've brought in, any potential changes to the backroom staff, and whether or not we're going to be sticking with the tactical formation that's served as well. I think we probably will. Big thank you to Gareth for his Thanos that he shared online. It's a fantastic tactic, like you've seen through some of the stats that we've looked at. So yeah, it really turned our season around. Talking of that, actually, we'll just have a quick look at the schedule. We'll ignore the friendlies. So we'll just have a quick look through, you know, significant results. So where are we? There. So August. Yeah, good August. September, mixed bag. 2 wins, 2 defeats. Defeats to Chelsea and West Ham, and then beating Norwich and Burton, which should be expected. October was terrible. Draws to Watford and Man United, and then 3 losses. Wolves, Southampton and Arsenal. Southampton knocking us out of the Carabao Cup and also going on to win it. November, 2 wins and a defeat. December, good December really, especially when you look at the last 3 fixtures. So we had Man City on the 22nd, lost 3-2 just. We had Liverpool on the 26th and beat them 2-1. And then we had Manchester United on the 28th and beat those 2-1. 2 other draws, Everton and Villa, and then 2 other victories against Brentford and Tottenham. And then we moved into January. Big win against Bristol City in the FA Cup, and then followed that up with another big win at Watford. Well, at home to Watford. Draw to Arsenal, and then another big win, 4-1 at home to Wolves. February, as you can see, this tactic scores goals. West Ham at home, 5-2 win in the Cup, and then 4-0 against Burnley, and then a 2-1 defeat to Southampton, and a 1-0 victory at Everton. At Everton. Moving into March, some big results. Knocked Wolves out of the FA Cup, absolutely pulled Man City's pants down, and then went on to go and pull Liverpool's pants down. Then we went away and lost to Aston Villa, who were challenging us. It was sort of 4th and 5th between us and Villa all the way through to the last game of the season. And then we spanked Millwall 3-0 in the Cup. April saw us lose to Leicester, and then some big wins against Tottenham and Brentford. Also results against Brighton and Chelsea. But then we got beat by Manchester United 2-1 in the semi-final of the Cup. And then we absolutely got destroyed at Leeds United. I didn't see this come in, and they spanked us 5-1. We were awful. And then the last couple of games of the season, finished unbeaten at the end, unbeaten in May. So it was a 2-1 win at Newcastle, a 0-0 to West Ham, and then a 4-1 victory on the final day of the season, securing 4th place in Champions League football for the Eagles. So well done, boys. Big season. Massive summer ahead. That'll be the next video. So please, if you've liked what you've seen, like the video, click the notifications, and please subscribe. I think we're up to about 22 subscribers now, so we're knocking it out of the park. It'd be great to try and get that up a little bit more. Look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Thank you and take care.